Hello, marketing Mensches, and welcome back to another exciting episode. This episode is going to be how do we lead people to and through our website. So that's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a two-part series. So there's a lot of information that I'm going to be covering. So I wanted to kind of keep it bite-sized for you. So we may do 2 episodes, maybe 3, we'll see. But I first wanted to welcome you to the Marketing Mensch. I've got my new remote, so I am ready to go. I hope you are too. And but before we get started, I would like to remind you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. I'm grateful for the numbers that seems to be climbing, and for the interactions that I'm receiving through the email responses, people having questions, and I love that. I love that because that means you're listening. Okay, so anyway, please subscribe, and when you do, then you will be able to be a part of a very involved community of fellow Mensches that just loves to learn about marketing. So not only that, but you'll have access to me if you have any questions about the episodes that you're seeing. Please email me, or if you just have a question of your own about a project, email me, please. So you can do that by going to darren@unetdesign.com and send me your questions. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead, let's get started. We're going to be talking about how to lead prospects to and through your website. So we're going to learn how to place your prospects in front of what you want them to see. What do you want them to do? Right? So we're going to talk about that, but first let's just go ahead and let me tell you what we are going to be talking about. So I'm going to be mentioning in this episode the marketing hurdles and pitfalls that you definitely want to consider when you are putting together your strategy for leading people to and through your website. So there's some pitfalls, and we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about the benefits of leading, because there's a lot of people out there who do have websites, but they don't take advantage of leading people not only to the website, but through the website. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about, where does the leading take place? Is it just in the website? No, it's not. So there are other places where we can lead people, but I tend to prefer to have people lead, or we treat the website as the mothership. So we have all these things out there for our marketing, but it all comes back to the mothership, which is the website. So how do we lead people from all those things that we have going on to the mothership, being the website? So we'll be talking about that. And then, where do we create these link strategies, these lead strategies? So I'll be going into where we can do that, as well as building a smart link strategy for you, so you can effectively lead people to what you want them to see and what you want them to do. So it's not just putting them on the pages. We're going to be talking about also call to actions, and having relevant and timely call to actions to your website. So also, how do these strategies fail? Well, I'm going to share that with you because I want you to stay away from all that. Okay, I want you to be successful with this. And then, of course, when we do connect ourselves, when we have a link strategy, there are ways where we can build our local SEO. Now, in some past episodes, I've mentioned local SEO. I'm going to be talking more about it later on. Believe me, we've got loads of topics to be talking about, and I'm going to be sharing that with you. And they're completely free, and they're full versions for you, so please tune into those as well. And then also my final thoughts. Come on, don't you want my final thoughts? No. Anyway, all right, so moving right along, why don't we get started, and let's talk about what good comes from leading an audience. Well, first of all, it guides them. It delivers our audience where we need them to be, right? So we're not just going to build a marketing plan or a website and just say, okay, build it and they will come. That's not how it works, okay? So we want to have a good strategy in place that has them, we basically cattle them through your social media, your video channels, your website, whatever it is. We are going to move them along so they are put in front of the most essential parts of your marketing that you need them to see, need them to react to, right? So it connects also your social media to your website. If you're not doing that yet, it's very important that you do. And you also want to make sure that the vibe is still the same. Remember when we were talking about, if you watched the first episode about what's in your marketing toolbox, we were talking about having a consistent brand for yourself. So you want to make sure there's not a big disconnect between the vibe and the energy of your social media and your website. So try to keep the integrity of your brand, that energy, that voice that you have representing your business. Keep that consistent. So we can connect page or social media to dedicated pages on the website. We can also lead them to specific offers and call to actions. So if you are, let's say, making an offer on social media, then if we do it right, we can entice them, engage them, make them click on that link, and then we take them to that dedicated page so they can learn more about it, right? We're not going to try to tell them everything in the social media, on that social media page. We're going to just give them a teaser, right? So they are going to have that FOMO, that fear of missing out. Oh, I want to click that link because I want to know what that call to action is. Then that's really our goal when we want to lead them from social media. We bring them over to a dedicated page or a call to action. It's also great use of external and internal links. When we lead people, we can lead them throughout our website. We can lead them to other areas outside of our website. You got to be careful with that though, because really you're paying good money and you're spending a lot of time and attention and energy on building that incredible marketing plan and that great website. You definitely don't want to send people away, but if it makes sense, it depends. It depends on what the strategy is to lead someone away from your website, okay? Here's an example. If, let's say, I was a veterinarian and I wanted to have a glossary, an index glossary, I could maybe attach it to UC Davis's veterinarian medicine website and use their glossary. Now that could make sense because that's a credible website, of course. And then we also have a relevant link to a reputable website. So that could be a good thing. And then of course we want people to get back to you, so we want to open that glossary in a separate window. Have it in a separate window so your tab is always at the top, okay? Very important. Do not lead people away from your website where they can't get back easily. So we always open up those external links in a new window, okay? Also, if it's done right, then leading will feel very organic, very natural to your visitors. And when they feel that way, they feel settled, they feel comfortable being in your website. And when you lead them and you keep them in front of the relevant things that they're looking for, you're going to find that they are also going to be more receptive to your call to actions, your offerings, and what you want them to do when they're on that page. So it's very important that we do that, that we lead them the right way. Now, how do we lead the wrong way? You've seen it many times. You've gone to a website and right away they want your email address, or they want you to purchase something or check out the store or what have you. That could be untimely, and that could make your visitor feel like, all right, you're pushing me and I don't want to be pushed. I just want to feel like what I'm interested in, and when I choose it, it's going to keep me in that lane that I want to learn about, so, and then we graduate them, right? We lead them to different areas, and it just feels easier on them as a visitor. You know what I mean, because I'm sure you left websites feeling, wow, I just really feel like they're eavesdropping on my visitor's experience. So that's always good when we find that lead strategy that feels organic, right? So how do we do that? Well, we lead with relevance, and if you don't, then you lose trust and credibility, don't you? Going back to that example of when you land on that website and first thing they want to do is get your email address or have you subscribe, they just lost you, didn't they? Because that was forced. It didn't feel good. So, we definitely want to make sure that whatever you do on the website or in any of your marketing, that it is timely, it's relevant to what they're looking at or what you're having them do, okay? So, leading also can create productivity. It can engage, it can excite, it can entice your visitors. So it takes your consumer, if done correctly, it takes your consumer to the next level. So if you stick with me, I'm going to be talking about strategies and how you can set up these lead strategies in your marketing and have what I call a graduation link. That's going to get them, okay, if they're wanting to learn about me, they're in a fact-finding mode, that's great. But then what if they're ready to look at my services, my offerings? So I'm definitely going to have that graduation link there on that page. So if they want to find out more information about me, they can. If they are ready to look at my services, they can do that too. So it's putting them in the pilot seat, and that's what you want to do. That's where we get good results, when they feel settled in and everything just seems so flowing and easy to navigate. It corrals visitors without them knowing it. Okay, that's what I want you to keep in mind, is that when you put together your strategy and your overall game plan for your website or any of the marketing, I want you to think about how are you going to lead them from the home page to what? Or the about page to what? Or that marketing piece that you put a QR code, how are you going to lead them over? How is that going to feel natural to them? How are you going to get them over to those essential pages to read those things that you need them to understand about your business, okay? So you have to think about that strategy. That's very important, because leading will reinforce the message or the brand that you're trying to create for your company, okay? So also good lead-ins, QR codes, vlogs, blogs, even the website. Great opportunities for you to lead people over to where you want to go and create that likability and credibility that I always keep talking about. All right, also a pro tip would be leading will increase credibility and visit times with visitors, and it will lower your bounce rate. So that means that they will stay on your website longer. Right? Bounce rate, it's kind of like when we were in high school. Remember, you walk into that party and you're like, oh my God, that party's terrible, let's bounce. Okay, that's the same thing. People are walking into your website and they're going, ew, that's not where I want to be, I'm going to leave. So we want to make sure that we lead them and we are creating that credibility right away when they are introduced to our marketing pieces, right? Okay. All right, also, where can leading work best? Well, like I mentioned, we can go from social media over to the website. We can lead them from social media to the website by creating teaser posts, teaser articles, teaser videos or intro videos, that makes them want to learn more, right? It engages them, it entices them to want to click and learn and go to that website. So that's a great strategy. We also have a strategy where we can go from the website or the video channel to the website, and then we can lead them to dedicated pages. Or we may even have QR codes set up to where it will take us to either or. And we also can have banner ads sprinkled out through our website. If you ever go to Unet Design, you'll see that I have the Marketing Mensch on my home page. I have a dedicated page for the Marketing Mensch. And so it's all relevant. When I introduce the Marketing Mensch, it's all relevant in the areas that I place them in my website, right? So it's timely. Okay, so also, we can now go from the video channel, social media, to the website. Oh my goodness, it's like taking a stone and skipping it across the water now. So now, the thing I like about this is that I get hits at each level. I get a hit on my video channel, and my website, my social media. All right, so I'm skipping that stone across the water, and I'm benefiting from it because that's individual traffic hits, right? So I can go from my video channel to social media, and then, whoa, to that mothership that I was talking about, the website. So all very good. You can now create a connection. You can bridge your print materials with QR codes. If you're not using QR codes, please consider it. That is a great way to bridge. Let's say you have a brochure or a flyer of some sort, and you want to connect them over to your website, that's a great way of doing it. It's low cost, so easy to create. If you have any problems or questions about creating one, please email me. So I'm happy to help you out with that. But it is a great way to lead people from. Our dog Spot is saying that the more you know about your ideal consumer, the more focused and rewarding the marketing strategy will be. Does that sound familiar? Well, it should, because if you listen to what's in your marketing toolbox, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This is so important. This is the secret sauce to successful marketing, is knowing your audience.